Asibe ngala.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah, kick us off, Jontis.
Welcome to the members of the media. Thank you so much for gracing us with your beautiful presence on our Open Media Day for our match between us and Magesi. It's a Carling Cup. It's a knockout. Coach, how are your preparations coming? Maybe to start it off.
Yeah, of course, we had a tough game on Tuesday, and yesterday we had to travel back, which is always a load as well. Having said that, our first training session back. What the cup game brings, it's an opportunity for Richards Bay to make some history and also to make the province KZN proud of us. And that's the opportunities that is presented to the boys, and you have to present that without pressure as well. So we have to guard against that. But with the preparation so far, the cup game brings a different atmosphere. It brings some enthusiasm, it freshens up some sore muscles as well. For today, for our first session back, I'm happy with what we saw. I'm happy with the application. Not major concerns. We welcome Batuma back, but we're still without Langa. And then, of course, everybody's ready to go and putting their hands up. So, we'll make the selection and we'll see who's available in the next few hours. But so far, so good, except for the two players that I mentioned.
Coach, normally we see in a game like this, players tend to step up there, in terms of training. Have you noticed something like that? Have you been in previously cheated by players who in training they're doing so well, and then because they are pushing up for the starting spot?
Yeah, no, that's always a challenge because it is a fact that some players perform very well in training and others don't, and that's what you see at the moment. Like I said, now it's a different atmosphere because training, of course, was a bit more intense than usual. But that's the other challenge. You come with so much fatigue from the game against Pirates and the traveling, and you come in there that you actually have to tell a few guys, hey, cool it, and let's go for a massage or let's go for an ice bath, because recovery is more important for certain players, and that's what you have to guard against. But the cup games, this opportunity brings again, coach, I'm not tired, coach, no, let me go a few more. So everybody wants to be in it. And that's a challenge, but so far I'm happy with the application, and certain boys are understanding that the recovery is more important.
Coach, this season we've seen a lot of young players doing so well in different teams. How easy it is for you to try to introduce new players and also not put pressure on them?
Yeah, no, that's a challenge in how you manage them. We had Ndelo who did fantastically well in the first two games, and then all of a sudden very low-key performance against Pirates. Bumbela the same as well. You have to manage it. We dropped Ndelo after two games and that last performance, and then sent him to the DDC. We scored a hat-trick and you got back a more confident player. So it's a managing process. Look, with me, if you're good enough, you're old enough, and I'll give you that opportunities when we'll continue to do so. Against Pirates, we had Spuzo who had his debut against Pirates, who came in the second half and he did well as well, and he puts his his name in the hat for this game as well now. So it's different permutations that you are facing as a coach, but it's always a nice headache to have. But Magesi is a different team to Pirates, so, and it's our home game as well. So we need to look forward, or we need to see how we can get the best possible lineup on the field.
Coach, good afternoon firstly. Coach, given where the club has been, it's not often that you go into games and people tip you to be the favourites, but I think this may possibly be the case in this one, given the type of opposition that you play. Are you needing to deal with that sort of psyche, the fact that you go into this game as favourites, which is not a position I think the team is used to?
No, I don't. I think Magesi is favourite with beating Pirates and then getting a result against Chiefs as well. So Clinton has done fantastically well with the team in promoting them, and I wouldn't say punch above their weight, but they've showed it after the Pirates game that it wasn't a fluke as well. So they have the results at this moment behind them, and I think that makes them favourites for it. For us, what counts at this moment is that we are home and we have our supporters and our KZN behind us.
How good?
Hey, coach.
Because Sabelo Radebe since the game, when is can one expect to see him anytime soon? And what have you made of him since the game when he came from Chiefs and looking for game time?
I think Sabelo is ready to come in now. His fitness level is good. He's having some game minutes now, just in our 11v11s, because in our program for the last 3 weeks it was play and recover, and there wasn't any time to fit in training games or friendly games, if you want to put it that way. So we couldn't really see him in a real competitive environment. I think that's the only thing that's missing from him as well. He's been performing well. He's very close to being selected as well. But at the same time, Matetuan Moses, who plays in that position, has been our key players in that midfield at the moment, and they're doing well. So yeah, it's about the opportunity coming along and then giving it to him. The same can be said about Radebe. But Larsen has been doing fantastically well when he came in as well, and so has Ndelo. So he must just be patient with the opportunity. When it comes, he must be ready, but he is ready at the moment.
And sorry.
Coach, you're facing someone who's a wily old coach, huge experience in this level, and also won this competition before. You know, you've seen Magesi. They look like a very difficult team to break down. What do you make of them, and what do you think you need to get right?
Yeah, Clinton was always one I looked up to as a coach, coming into the system. He represents KZN as well as a local coach, and him coming here would want to pull one over us as well. But for us, we are here, and we like to ride on that and have the backing of the supporters as well. But Clinton coming here with the team, it shows his experience with the organization, with the structure as well, and they play from there. In one way, Makubo and another KZN boy, Makua, joining them in that attack. I think if we can manage that, half the battle is won. But then the battle with our lack of goals, our decision making in the last third, I'm hoping that we get it right this weekend. Because I think if we score early against them, they have to open up and break out, and that compromises the structure, and there's solidity at the back, and that gives us another opportunity then to add. But I think the key for us is to score early, or to score first, and that will open up the game.
Yes.
Coach, in a league where it's so easy for chairmen to change coaches and other stuff, we saw last night Ramovic resigning live on air. How big it will be for you to win this trophy, just for your profile as well?
No, it's good. I've been in the final. I've been close as well. So of course, once you're in any competition, you need to win it, and that will be good. With chairmen and in this case a coach resigning, the pressure on coaches is huge. So we have to manage that as well. Look, the Patients, I think Galaxy is a very good team. They play very well, good structure, good football as well, but the results wasn't forthcoming. It's how patient you can be when you're turning the corner. You understand? And that's for us as well. As much as we are not the worst in the league, there is some positives from where we are. The problems that we are currently facing was here last season as well. Last season, Radebe scored 20 goals in the whole season. So it was, yeah, I'm trying to get it right. We're working at it non-stop as well, and that's where we're at the moment. We are solid, we are tough to break down, and we're not conceding as much as we did last season, so that's a positive. But it's building blocks. It requires some patience, but at the same time you are hopeful that it's the next game. It's the next game, always the next game. So that's what we're hoping this weekend as well.
Coach, we've seen that KZN teams have really struggled in these stages of cup competitions. I think Amazulu have reached the final in the last 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. The only KZN team Does that put added pressure on you as a team, given the fact that you stumbled at this stage as well? I know you weren't here last season, but Richards Bay stumbled in the semi-final stage last year. You know, just is there a mental block when it comes to the business end of the competition for KZN teams, and is there an added pressure on your side?
Amazulu went to the final without scoring a goal with a new coach. So I scored the goals for them and taking them to the final as well. So I've been there with the KZN team. I wasn't on the line, but I think I took them there with a goal scored. So yeah, it's not the first. I've been there with Sikakuni as well. It's that pressure that comes with getting to the final. I think we have to manage that, especially take it away from the players. It's ultimately a game that we are playing for, and you have to remind them that as much as we're talking about the Richards Bay, we're talking about them as well. Their names will be written in the history books, and you have to make them aware that opportunity for their brand, because places brands on their own as well, their brand will be then lifted up and signed more. So it's an opportunity for themselves, and that's how I would manage pressure in that way. Enjoy the game, enjoy the moment, but it's an opportunity to step up.
Coach, you can't motivate players right now. I mean, you just know this is Steve Compel. I used to say it's the last push to the baby. You know, there is a final there. You know.
Yeah,
You
no.
can't, yeah.
But I think Magesi is coming with the same attitude. You understand, and we have to do something different. They have to push more. I think they are well prepared. They rested. We played in the week, so that's what also give them the favorite attacks for this game. But it's how we manage it and how you work mentally with these boys. They are thinking about end of the season while we still have a game. They are thinking about the semi-final while we're Pirates midweek. So it's all mental things that that you have to work with, because if you are fit, you can't get any fitter. You are fit, so that's where we have to guard against. With the tactical things, that's always there, that you have to touch up, but the mental thing and the focus and the concentration levels, that's what we really need to work on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.